Solarant's AI Modification Mod, or SAIN, is a popular and essential bot behavior overhaul for SPT-AKI. One of the file hub's most downloaded files, it provides complex new parameters and controls for how NPCs act and fight. Not only does it come with preset difficulty levels for those bots, but each parameter can be adjusted or toggled. For this demonstration, I've restored SAIN to its default state so that we can go through and test the settings. We'll test the easiest preset, and then the hardest, before customizing it to land somewhere between the two. Be sure to read through the mod's file hub page for a full and detailed list of all the features and even some troubleshooting. To start with, SAIN requires that two other mods be installed first in order to function. Both the Big Brain and Waypoints mods are needed to go any further, but neither will require any extra work to configure. If everything is working properly, there should be a new entry in the BepInEx menu, and the SAIN GUI should appear with F6. Without any configuration, it's likely that the bots will either be far too capable or entirely incapable, so you're encouraged to continue testing presets and changing their values until the AI feels right to you. I myself usually choose a preset to work on continuously. Changing things here and there is needed over time, instead of managing multiple presets. To get started, let's load into the factory map on the hardest and easiest default SAIN presets. Okay, here we are in the factory map. Let's open up SAIN GUI with the F6 key. As you can see here, these are the default presets for the bot difficulty levels. Baby bots on up to Death Wish, and we're going to start at Death Wish, work our way down to baby bots and see what those differences are, and then customize that Death Wish preset to make it land somewhere in between the two, like I said. So things that we're looking for off the bat with the bots when it comes to these difficulty presets, and also just like the settings in general that determine how capable these bots are things like reaction time, distance of engagement, coordination, cover seeking, grenade usage, peeking and pre-firing, stuff like that. I'm sure that the most notable feature, sorry, I thought that was like he's probably farther away, but I thought maybe I saw something poke up. It was just the wall beyond. The easiest thing to notice, and probably the most frustrating thing to deal with, oh my gosh, is the time to engage and instant precision. Holy crap, he's chewing me up with his little SMG or whatever it is he's got. Yeah, he just had a Keter B. My god. So, immediately you can tell these bots are basically infinitely capable. They're pretty much aimbots. They can acquire a target and start shooting you immediately. If you don't have head protection on, like headshot protection, then they will take you out from, I don't know, like across the map very easily. Here he is on the right side. I can, oh my god, he's just running up to me. I think I managed to avoid the damage that time. Oh wow, the ricochet. These guys don't want me to have any ground of my own at all. Ooh, I was lucky to get him that time. You can probably see all the shots fly past me. So they're firing, oh my god, like right away, hitting me very easily, super quickly. Did I knock the weapon out of his hands? I did. Look at that. Shot the AKM right out of his hands. For anyone wondering, these two pouches right here, the first aid container and the ammo pouch, are from the Tactical Gear Component mod, which that's why it says TGC right there. I've been getting a lot of questions about that lately. Okay, so we found some of the bots already, or rather they found me and demonstrated that they have no problems and no qualms. Just basically behaving like players would in Tarkov. They have like the prerogative to kill, whereas like I suppose a lore-based entity in Tarkov wouldn't necessarily, like, spot someone. They wouldn't be running around in the factory, for example, and, like, start shooting as soon as they spotted somebody. So that makes the bots extremely dangerous, and it would obviously make it very difficult to sustain for, like, oh my gosh, like a zero to hero run, if you're not giving yourself extra equipment, or if you're like me, if you're not like me, rather. Using right now the Dad Gamer Mode mod to ensure, that's donuts, Dad Gamer Mode to ensure that I have God Mode, so I won't take any damage during this demonstration, but you can see just how many times they will shoot me, and you of course, if they get the opportunity. This is just gonna like, oh my god, there's another one now. There are two of them. It'd be way too dangerous to peek that doorway. I could take advantage maybe of their like repositioning. Yeah, and like just try to avoid their fire, but they're going to approach, so what I'm going to do is toss a safety grenade and then flank from the side. Looks like that worked for one guy. Where's the other? I don't think he made it in. Do you think maybe I would be able to, get past this door? I shouldn't try to peek it and stay there. There he is, I saw him. That's why I shouldn't try to stay there. Because he was gonna do that. I also don't want to peek the doorway. I want to force him to walk into my firing zone at this point, because it's not so great. Oh gosh. Yep. Can I get him to spend his ammunition doing that? Oh, I think he's reloading right now, yep. I managed to hit him with that first shot, did you hear that? Oh my gosh. That was very fortunate. It's their ability to react that really makes them super dangerous. They become so aggressive, and I don't notice them falling back quite so much. They don't respond negatively to suppressing fire quite so much. None have thrown grenades at me yet, so that's good. But it would totally be a thing. Right now, as we can see here in Donuts, I have the random quiet raids scenario selected. And of course, like I demonstrated before, I've reduced the spawns all around so that performance is better, especially while recording. Wow, that was somebody. I thought I spotted like his blue head above the lip of the floor there. And I don't want to be in his firing range because... Okay. He ran in through there. Jump! Yeah, he was watching that doorway. Like I thought. He reloaded, but I don't have a good idea of where he is, and I'm not so sure I can shoot him through this flooring. I don't think bullets penetrate this. And I'm not so sure mine would anyways. Nobody over here, nobody over here. And of course, SAIN does not dictate spawns, it doesn't influence the spawns of bots or anything like that. That's all handled by Donuts, swag plus Donuts if you've got that installed. And of course that's the case for me, as I've shown. Oh man, yeah. That was crazy. Wow, he shot all around my face. I think he actually missed. That's pretty impressive. Super dangerous just to be like stepping around on these broken tiles in here. Oh man, he was so ready to fire. Did you see that? He's already moved back. God, it's like a horror video game. Nope. Oh boy. Okay. That. Whoop. No, this guy. Now we've got this guy acting. I don't want him to. Oh, do that. He shot me. Did you see that? He came in from a dead sprint and shot me like directly in the face. Look at that splat right there. Maybe the neck or the throat because my mask is not damaged, but wow. That would have ended my run right there. Yeah, while I was trying to coax this guy out of the locker room, that dude sprints up with just a pistol for a classic assassination attempt. And it effectively did work. I mean, I would have been dead. Oh, did I hear that footstep to my left? Trying to figure out where these guys are. What do you know? Didn't need that second burst, I'd already got him. But what was that? Is there someone directly below me? Coming up the stairs, maybe? Oh no, I was out. I was gonna fire down the stairwell and I was completely out of ammunition in that magazine. That was a missed opportunity. Also, I apologize if you can hear my dog in the background. She is desperate for attention. Everyone welcome D-Dog to the channel. She loves everybody. She's usually present when I record my videos in some form. That was a great opportunity. I could hear him breathing hard, so maybe he was injured or maybe he was lacking hydration or energy. But he was also messing with that Mosin. He was playing with the bolt. And walking backwards definitely didn't have time to deal with my engagement. So this would not have been a good run for me. So far, not so good. Wow, like I was saying. The death chance for walking around in the open is so high. That was a lucky shot because he died pretty much instantly. There's that guy's booty that I killed earlier. Yeah, it's just so dangerous. The chance of being snap killed is high. Now, if that makes it feel more realistic for you, more kinetic, more challenging, or, you know, sustainable in the least, then that is just fine. There's no problem. It's not impossible to succeed with the difficulty in this way. You might want to give yourself at least 1 or 2 buffs, though. Like, you could do yourself a favor and increase armor values a little bit. You could enable headshot protection and 1 or 2 other mods. And just sort of put some small video game guarantees in place just to make sure that you can actually play and progress, unless, you know, that's what you want. If you just want like a super hardcore roguelike shooter basically, then this would be the perfect setup for you. Well, that seems to be all for this raid. I think I exterminated all of the scavs and PMCs that could have shown up. Alright, let's start a fresh raid, get a new batch of bots in here, and test the baby bots difficulty level. Okay, fresh raid, fresh spawns. Come down here. Let's go ahead and hit F6. Select baby bots for SAIN. And of course hit save all changes. The cash register sound is an affirmative. And now let's go see how much easier the game has become. So immediately, bots should be far less capable. I should basically be able to run around here and gun everybody down without much of a problem at all. Alright, let's pay attention to how long it takes them to engage me. Oh yeah, much slower, did you see that? It was like a full second or more longer that he took to respond. Took 2 shots and missed them. Now he's over there. Oh, I think I saw him leaning. Oh! Yeah, he's a bit slow in those shots. Oh, who's this? Oh, that was him. He, like, exhausted himself. He's freaking out trying to kill me. There's another bot over there. Will they engage one another? I'll go up. I can observe him from over here. I can see him, like, looking through the bars. He's like, oh. Oh, that's him. Should I shoot him? He's not engaging me. If I move out here. Is that other guy over here? No? The first dude seems to have vanished. Oh, no, he's not. He hasn't vanished. He's right there. He's just doing a very, very poor job engaging me. I almost didn't even notice him. That guy over there, too. Ouch! He landed a shot. If I run over here and try to flank him really hard, will he get me? Oh no, he like ran out of ammunition. I had to turn around and reload. It was terrifying for him. Aha! Thought I heard him around there. These guys seem like they are bumbling much more. Bam! Oh, I think he missed those first 2 shots. He hit the 3rd one. I don't know what that 4th one was. Is that guy, moving away? Is he injured? Is he doing something? I don't know what that means. Lots of shooting, not much connection. This is, ah! Ow! Oh, that's 3 for 3. Okay, he hit, that 5th one too, I think. So he's not completely incapable. If I'm right up on him, he does miss sometimes if I'm kind of like stepping back and forth, so... That was pretty dangerous. As you can see, the differences are pretty clear. Still going. Oh, I missed ya. He is injured. I can hear him struggling. So, will he stay down there? Is he gonna try to heal? Will he, what? Oh my god! Was that him? Did he come around? Well, I shot him directly in his hip bone and he died. Like, instantly. So for a sustainable, long-term run, baby bots may be too easy for many of you, I'm sure. And, the highest difficulty may be too much. So what we're going to do is sort of change up these settings here, if I can find one more bot to demonstrate. Just see what's going on before I load into yet another fresh raid and adjust the hardest difficulty down into something more reasonable, more logical. Yeah, if it ever feels like unnatural or like far too easy when fighting bots and stuff in Tarkov, never forget that your prerogative is actually different from their character prerogative in the universe. So, to make Tarkov more immersive, right, the NPCs, if this was like a single-player campaign-style game, like with a story mode, for example, the characters would be doing like contextual things like, I don't know, resting or like drinking or even sleeping on the floor and stuff like that. They'd be doing stuff that like makes it logical that they're here in this world, I suppose. It like demonstrates that they occupy this place and they're spending time in it, they're like sustaining themselves or whatever. But us, like the player in Tarkov, the only thing that we have to worry about, the main thing that's rewarding about the gameplay loop, is the fighting of it. So we're actively looking around the maps for, like, you know, targets to engage, for scavs and PMCs to fight, whereas the entities in Tarkov, those like scavs and PMCs, might not actually be looking to fight. And it would be unnatural for, like, us, like in-universe, you know what I mean, to be behaving that way. It would spend a lot of energy very quickly, energy that we typically wouldn't have without mods to help us. And I mean, just defending oneself and trying to stay away from danger or like avoid death is exhausting, so the whole like running around Tarkov, like the zone to kill, would basically be deranged behavior. That'd be like serial killer behavior. Because normally, no entity would even be able to approach doing that in the first place. And this guy is not having an easy time trying to fight me. What do I have as a sidearm? Oh, yes. Where's he at? He's over there. Whoa! Look at him go. He's really moving, this guy. Whoa! Miss, 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 miss. Ah, he did move over there. Okay. Ow, ow, that was a hit, that was a hit. That was very close, as you could see. Oh, wow. I didn't realize... He's just kind of hiding back there. Oh, there's yet another guy. Wow. Is he behind the door? No, he's in the hallway. You see him? Missing every shot. I don't know if I hit him with that or not, and I'm not sure what that guy's gonna do. I'm deliberately not shooting at him to see what he'll do. Alright, so this difficulty gives me a lot of time to engage and return fire. Is he even... Oh, yeah. Oh, he hit me in the leg. Ah, I fell down. Ah. Those were all pretty lethal shots. Oh wow, he landed so neatly on the on that ledge there. So I suppose that would be up to you to decide whether or not this reaction time on bots is realistic or not. I mean, you could always say that, like, the scavs, especially in-universe, are intoxicated and malnourished and tired and stuff. And also, like, in general, fairly stupid. Oh, there's another one. There's another guy. He missed. So I'm having lots of time to shoot this guy while he commits to actions and things. This guy right here... Can I provoke him into backing up? Oh, he had to fall. Oh, he was still crawling. He was gonna crawl out the door and he missed. He can't move very quickly, he's injured, so he's just gonna walk and reload, and he's probably like, well, what the hell? Miss, 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 miss. Ow, that one hit. Miss, miss, miss. Okay. And that's about how the cookie crumbles on this difficulty. So let me load into a fresh raid really quickly. We'll pick the hardest difficulty setting and tune it down to something a little bit more normal. Okay, another fresh raid. Here we go. This is a good spot to be. Typically, there's not much activity in this area. In fact, this is where I was talking about the Realism Mod just the other day. Okay, let's open up the SAIN GUI. As you can see, I've got the Death Wish preset selected. So with any of these selected, what's going to happen is... Okay. Now the settings, like global settings, bot settings, and personality, all that stuff, that you change... Okay. Alright, so with this preset selected, any change that I make in these menus here to change the bot settings around will apply to this preset, and it would be the same if I was to have any of these selected, or if I was to create a new one. And of course, that's really easy. You can just come in here and name it, do whatever you like, give it a preset to copy from, like one of the ones that's already included, and go from there. But we're going to go into Death Wish right now, just as an example, and investigate all the settings. So check this out. If you go into Global Settings, you'll find the majority of parameters available to change bot behavior, and I mean there are a lot. Global aiming, global extract settings, flashlight settings, general settings, mind settings, hearing settings, you know what I mean? So check this out. For aiming, this right here has a slider for the global accuracy spread multiplier. The higher it is, the less accurate bots will be, and of course you can usually hover over all of these things for a tooltip that'll describe exactly what the setting is. With this disabled, all bots will have faster CQB reactions turned off, so their individual settings will be ignored. This one just enables bots to extract, so if you disable this, they will no longer be able to extract from raids on their own. This setting here affects how bots respond to flashlights, so they can be dazzled, as it were, you know, or blinded a little bit by having a flashlight shined at them while they're looking directly at it. This one affects the effectiveness. This slider affects the effectiveness. This the range. Silly mode will make bots completely unable to see through flashlights. They won't be able to aim accurately at all. The general settings have things like this, bot grenades, so you can actually enable or disable the ability for bots to throw grenades. This is a reaction and accuracy changes toggle, which is experimental, and it says here, bots will have slightly reduced accuracy and vision speed if you are not looking in their direction. So, if a bot notices and starts shooting you while your back is turned, they will be less accurate and notice you more slowly with this enabled. This here is the reaction and accuracy changes time limit, a slider for the maximum time that a bot can be shooting at you before the reduced spread no longer has an effect. So if a bot is shooting at you from the back for a number of seconds, after that time it will no longer reduce their accuracy to give you a better chance to react. So the higher this slider value, the longer it'll take for a bot to get his accuracy when opening fire at you at first. The value of this slider is how much to multiply a bot vision speed by if you aren't looking at them when they notice you. So the higher it is, the more time you have before reacting. This slider affects the bot accuracy and spread increase when you're out of sight. So how much additional random spread to add to a bot's aim if the player isn't looking at them. So the higher this slider value, the less accurate they'll be when you're not actively looking at them. This right here is a global difficulty modifier. The higher this number, the harder the bots. This affects accuracy, recoil, fire rate, full auto, burst length, scatter, and reaction time. So this slider is pretty self-explanatory. You can either bring it way down to make the bots far easier, or bring it way up to make them far more capable. This right here is the No Bush ESP, which used to be its own mod. This adds an extra vision check to help prevent bots from seeing and firing through foliage. Enhanced cover finding. This is experimental, so this can reduce performance. It says, it improves bot reactions in a fight by decreasing the time it takes to find cover, and it can help with bots standing still occasionally before running for cover. Comes at the cost of some reduced performance overall. This here is headshot protection for the player. Experimental will move bots aiming target if it ends up on the player's head. This is not foolproof. It's more of a strong suggestion rather than a hard limit. So if you find that you're still dying to headshots too frequently, it's recommended that you increase your head health with another mod. And this right here disables all talking patches, so this will disable all SAIN-based handling of bot talking. So no more squad chatter, no more quiet bots, completely disables SAIN's handling of bot voices altogether. In the global personality settings menu is this right here. These are basically settings to toggle all bots to be one way or another. They're all either going to be Giga Chads, which means they're extremely aggressive and hostile, Chads, which is much more normal, and Rats, which is, well, I don't think I have to explain to you what a rat in Tarkov is, do I? These will probably be off all the time unless you're going for a very specific scenario. In the global mind settings is a global aggression slider, so the lower this is, the less aggressive bots will be. The higher it is, the more aggressive they'll be. In the hearing settings menu are multipliers for the bot's abilities to hear sounds. You can influence the range at which they can hear gunshots and footsteps, as well as their abilities to hear suppressed gunfire. The lower the range multiplier, the nearer the bots will be able to hear sounds to them, and the lower these values, the less bots will be able to hear suppressed gunfire. In the global shoot settings menu, we have a scatter multiplier. Higher equals more scattering, and it modifies EFT's default scatter feature. So the higher this value, the more scatter in general all fire will have. And this is a SAIN recoil scatter multiplier. The higher this is, the more scatter from recoil all bots will have to deal with. In the global look settings, there are sliders for distance and speed of vision acquisition. So this determines how far a bot will be able to spot you. and this determines how quickly they'll be able to spot you. So these global settings are what you'll mostly be interfacing with when you want to change the behavior of bots. You could go through and modify each of the individual bot settings, but that's far too specific for me, and I think it might be for most users as well. What's more, SAIN applies personalities to each of the bots, and you can come in and change each of them if you want to. For example, you can come into the personality settings for GigaChad or any of the others, and select whether or not that personality is enabled at all. So I could disable this to make sure that none of those jumping, corner peeking, screaming, grenade throwing GigaChads exist in my raid. Or I could turn it on so that they will indeed have a chance to spawn. Most of these settings speak for themselves, and of course if you're curious about most of them, you can hover over them to get a tooltip. Once again, I have not gone through to modify any of the personalities. I think that they're all just fine, and I like to modify the global settings much more to get exactly what I want out of raids. So now let's change the global settings for the Death Wish preset. I'm going to go in here to the global aiming settings, and I'll see that the spread multiplier for the Death Wish difficulty is a little lower than normal, so I'm just going to bring it up to 1, so that it's a normal value. I'll leave faster CQB reactions on. I do want the bots to be able to extract, so I'll leave this on. Flashlights I won't really mess with, and I'm definitely not going to enable silly mode. I do want the bots to be able to throw grenades. I'm going to increase the reaction accuracy changes time limit just a little bit to, let's say, 7. I'm going to reduce the multiplier when out of sight to 1, which I guess would be the bottom value there. I'll move the accuracy and spread increase when out of sight up to a value of 1. There we go. I'll leave the global difficulty multiplier where it is for right now. Leave no bush ESP on. I'm going to turn on enhanced cover finding. I'll also turn on headshot protection. And I'm going to leave the disabled talking patches left off. Personality settings I'm not going to change for this one. Global aggression I'm going to bring down to 0.75 right there. For the hearing settings, I'm going to, let's see here, suppress sound modifier, 2.5. I think that's pretty normal actually as it is. We're not going to worry about that right now. The scatter multiplier is something that has a lot of impact. We're going to increase the scatter multiplier to 1.5, and then the SAIN scatter multiplier, also going to increase that to 0.7. There we go. For the global look settings, I think I'll leave them as they are for now, and we'll tune them if they need any extra changes up front. So, after having done all that, I need to hit save all changes. And now I have officially changed the hardest difficulty preset in SAIN, so let's go run outside. And the bots should not be baby bots, but they also shouldn't be terminators. Let's see what an engagement is like really quickly. Hello? Oh, there's some footsteps. Oh my gosh! That guy spotted me and shot me immediately. Oh, and there's that guy over there too. I was gonna check my armor. And then that guy was already shooting. So I've got like... Okay, so the reason that this is happening right now is because I guess they were bunched up in their spawn and they hadn't moved very much. And then I moved into their area. So now that they're moving around a little bit more, we can see how they behave. He's shooting at me from cover. A bit inaccurate, but not terribly. I was running, so it was fine that that guy had some inaccurate fire. I definitely want things to be suitable for me to take cover also. Looks like I had just enough time after that guy spotted me to duck around that tank and not get hit. That guy is going to turn and shoot at me. He's still vying for position in the doorway. Oh, wow, he shot me as soon as I popped out to the left. Did you see that? I hit him in the leg. Oh, twice. And he was out of ammo. I think that was like the last round in his magazine. And I'm actually out of ammo in this magazine too. Alright, so these guys are not incapable, but they also don't seem overly capable. This guy's very injured right now, so he was in the final throes. He wouldn't have been able to heal himself, I think. Wow. There was that guy hiding between the canister and the fence. I actually died right where he's standing to a grenade like 2 videos ago. Oh wow. He arrived at the door so much sooner than I thought he would. For some reason I thought he was like 3 or 4 steps farther away. So this seems good so far. If I were playing smart and not trying to get engaged, I would definitely need to be sticking to cover not being out in the open, visible very much. That guy shot me. If I run past, will he shoot me again? Nope, he'll miss. He's gonna reload and run out. Oh! He's like running around trying to reload his weapon. Ow, ow, ow. Wow, I think that was the first 2 shots he hit me. That was really high up, too. That hit me in the face armor, and I've taken some body armor hits as well. Is he still out here? Whoa, there he is. On the run. He's done reloading. Alright, I've shot him. While I was shooting at him, he had a harder time actually hitting me, especially when I did hit him. Did he go up the steps, or did he just go down the hall here? I think he's right over here. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I like that he's still firing, even though he can't necessarily see me. Oh, I missed. Cool, so this is pretty good. What I would continue to do after this point is play several more okay, maybe not several. I would probably play between 2 and 3 more raids. Whoa! Testing out all the different places of the map, seeing how all the bots behave in their spawn area, seeing where I can get to without getting hit, and basically making sure that they're not aimbots with the current setting. So I want to have adjusted SAIN to the point that these guys cannot laser beam me directly in the face as soon as they spot me, regardless of whether or not there's anything in between they and I, or if they're injured or malnourished. Oh wow, I got him. That was actually a pretty lucky shot, I feel like. And I would just continue doing that until I was completely comfortable. Now, I don't think that, like, SAIN on its own, like, the presets are so bad or anything like that to the point where I have to change them all. I almost never do. Like, in fact, I've sort of had to put all this together for the sake of demonstrating SAIN for this video. And I'm still hearing footsteps from, like, that direction. Oh no, I had a jam. Or did I? It was just a misfire, I see. That was wildly unnecessary, but a lot of fun. Oh, there he is. So, he was in a good position to shoot me. Oh, I'm completely dehydrated. You see what I mean? I completely forgot to, eat and drink, like I was talking about in a previous video. Too busy trying to pay attention to the things that are happening in the raid. I'll just go ahead and down all this stuff really quickly. Hopefully you saw my last video and you know that, the changes in the Realism Mod to hydration and energy restoration are in effect right now. So hopefully this has been able to demonstrate that changing the settings in SAIN is indeed effective. You can actually observe the differences between difficulty presets, and you can see the effects of you yourself changing those presets. So all in all, it is just so good. Like, SAIN is such an important mod. I don't think there's really any merit to playing SPT without SAIN anymore. I think most of us do indeed try to make sure that SAIN is a part of our SPT experience all the time. Whenever there's a major update to SPT and SAIN's not available right away, I know a lot of people wait until it is available. Oh god. And that was it for that magazine. I myself hugely appreciate all the work that's gone into SAIN. I've loved seeing each of the new versions advance. I love seeing how dynamic and, like, intelligent and capable the bots are. This is fantastic. The vanilla bots in Escape from Tarkov are nothing compared to this. I even get comments from users all the time. I'll get messages in Discord and comments on YouTube from users talking about how they've had some awesome experiences in SAIN. Like, every time they have a cool engagement or see some cool interaction between bots, they'll come on and say so, and I'm like, wow, that's so cool, you know? Like, after spending so long being very frustrated with the stiffness of all entities in Tarkov, now we finally have this huge update of SAIN that's really cool and awesome and has its own robust GUI. There's so many resources when it comes to the mod, like The mod page itself is full of information. There are tons of people always asking questions about it and getting advice about how to use it, so that's good to reference on either the comments for that mod or in Discord, or even in the SPT subreddit. I believe they talk about it as well. And I think that might be it. We may have spent all the bots for this raid. That was pretty good, I think. Hopefully that was enlightening for you. Hopefully that was a good demonstration for SAIN. I'll always be working on things to demonstrate for this because it's such a deep mod, and I'm sure that future updates will bring changes to go over as well. And like I said, if there's something else that you want to see demonstrated about it, all you have to do is let me know. Now go forth and take this knowledge to improve your raids in SPT-AKI and take control over your agency as a player and make the bots behave just the way you want them to. Make them as hard or as easy as you want them to be. And, you know, just make sure that in general you're having fun no matter what happens, because that is the overall goal here. Escape from Tarkov is a fun video game no matter how hardcore it is, and we all like to spend a lot of time playing it, so make sure it's a very enjoyable experience for you. Stay tuned for the rest of my big 3 explanations. After this is going to be swag plus donuts, and then we'll be revisiting Realism Mod again, I'm sure. And then we're going to run down my updated list of mods, so I hope to see you again soon. Thanks very much for watching and subscribing, and join the Club StarVox Discord server. We hope to see you there.